Alright, so here we'll be learning how to integrate our WordPress to our Wamp server. Under this section, we'll be talking about creating project folders, creating database and database users, and finally we'll talk about how to connect our WordPress with our Wamp server. Right, so the first thing here is creating project folders. How do we do that? We'll go to our file explorer here, open our file explorer, you click on this PC here, alright, then you open your local storage. Alright, then you locate a folder called Wamp. This is the folder here. You open the folder. Alright, then inside the folder called Wamp, you locate another folder called www. You open the folder here, and this is where you're going to create a new project folder. And how do you do that? You right click here, you hover your mouse to where you have new, you click on folder here. Alright, so you can call this folder anything, but right here I'll call this project 1. Right, then I'll hit the enter here. Right, after that, the next thing is to copy our WordPress to this particular folder. So let's go back to where we extracted our WordPress to. All right, now this is the folder that carries our WordPress. We open the folder, take notes, we'll copy all the contents in the folder. You press Ctrl A, you right click here and you click on copy here. All right, take note, you are not copying the folder, you are copying the content inside the folder. After that, you go back to your local storage here, go to PC here, you open your local storage, you open the Wamp here. Alright, you go to www here, then the project that you just created, the project folder here, you open the project folder and you paste everything you have copied here. Alright, so we have copied all the contents here. Alright, so right here we have successfully created a project and we have copied the WordPress content inside the folder. Right, so the next thing here is to create database and database users. Alright, for us to do that, we go to our browser here, host. Alright, now if your Wamp server is running, it should open this interface. Before you do that, make sure you have your Wamp server running here. You can see my Wamp server is running here. Right, now if your Wamp server is running, you don't need an internet connection to perform all of this. All right, we said our local server works without the internet connection. All right, so when you are at this interface, you go to where you have PHP my admin. All right, you click on that. Now it's going to take you to this place. This is where lots of people make mistakes. At times when this particular interface pops up, there will be nothing here. Alright, so what you just need to do is to type in root as your username, then leave your password blank, then you click on go here. Alright, so this is where you're going to create your database and your database user. Alright, so at the left panel here, you click on new here. Alright, then this is where you're going to enter the database name. So let's call this web1. Alright, now for us to save our information, it's advisable that you open a notepad. Right, in your notepad, you're going to enter the information you'll be using here. So right here we have database. Database name here is web1. Right, then after that you click on create here. Alright, you have successfully created a database. The next thing here is to create a user for that particular database. Alright, for you to do that, you click on privileges here. Right, then under this place you can see add new user. You click on add new user here. Then under the username here, you type in, let's say we want to call this user1. Right, so go back to our notepad here, call this database username user1 here. All right, then under the host, we'll select localhost here. Then under the password here, let's type in user1 password. And let's go back to our notepad here. We'll call this password user1 password. All right, so let's repeat the password here, user1 password. All right, then you scroll down where you have global privileges, check all the privileges. All right, then you scroll down and click on the go button. All right, right here you have successfully created a database and a database user. All right, so the next thing here is to connect our WordPress with our Wamp server. Alright, so how do we do that? We go back to our browser here, we open a localhost / the name of our project folder, project1 / WP admin. So you hit the enter here. Alright, so this is where you get to select the language. So I'm going to select English here. I'll click on continue. So you can see welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, we need some information on the database. You will need to know the following items before proceeding. Alright, so all of this, click on let's go here. Alright, so this is where we get to enter the database name and the like. So let's open our notepad here. Our database name here is web1. So we enter web1 here. Then the username here is user1 here. User1. Right, then our password here is user1 password. So let's copy that here. Control C. Let's paste that here. Control V. Alright, so under the database host, we'll leave that as localhost. Then under the table prefix, it's advisable to leave it as WP underscore. Right, so you click on submit here. Right, you can see all right Sparky blah blah blah. Then you click on run installation. Alright, so this is where you get to set the login details to your WordPress dashboard. Alright, so let's open our notepad again here. So let's call this WordPress information. Right, so let's call this site title here. My first, this is not really important, but let's add this. Then username important here, so let's call this w1. Right, then under the password, let's have something like WordPress pass1. Right, so that's what we need here. So let's grab this site title here. We have alright, I didn't copy that. Let's copy this and let's paste this here. Alright, then under the username we have user w1 here. Then under the password here we have, I'll grab this here and I'll paste that here. Alright, then I can check this, and this is where we get to enter the email address. So you can enter any email address of your choice. Now, discourage search engines from indexing this site. You can leave this blank. All right, then after that you click on install WordPress. All right, it's going to tell you success here. So let's log into our dashboard. All right, let's go back to our notepad and let's copy the information here. Our username here is user w1 here. Control V here. Then the password here is word. Just copy that here. Control C here. Control V here. Then let's log in here. Alright, so this is our WordPress dashboard. Alright, so right here we have learned how to connect our WordPress with our Wamp server. We can start designing our website directly from our dashboard. Alright, so in the next section in this training we are going to be looking at how to create multiple databases. So see you at the next section.